Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this weird corner of my home. I just can't go downstairs right now because the Bears game is playing and people are screaming. So today for you guys, I have a Dollar Tree Christmas hack DIY video for you guys. Now, I did one of these last year and I am cursed. I cut myself on a piece of peppermint last year, and this year I burned my hand really bad. I don't know if these type of videos are the thing for me, so we'll see if I end up doing this again next year. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take some items from Dollar Tree that you wouldn't think would make these things and show you how I made them. Like a rolling pin, a piece of foam board, different items from Dollar Tree. Normally you wouldn't look at it and be like, hey, I can make something for Christmas out of this. If you do enjoy this video and want to see another Dollar Tree Christmas DIY video this week, please give it a thumbs up. If we could get it to 5,000 thumbs up within the next few days, I'll definitely have another one out for you guys. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and click that bell button so you're notified every single time that I upload. With that being said, let's begin the video.
So let's start with the first hack, using Dollar Tree rolling pins and their picture frames to make a lamppost. So we're going to start off with the rolling pins, and also you want to get a board for the bottom. Now you can use a puzzle from Dollar Tree. I'm just using that square board that I got at Walmart for 99 cents. They have them at Michael's, lots of different places. What I'm doing is I'm attaching the rolling pins to that little wood plank, and the way I am attaching it is by using wood glue. Highly recommend using a wood glue. If you're not going to use wood glue, then I recommend using a heavy duty glue like E6000 or super glue. After I've got that first rolling pin on, I then attach another rolling pin. Depends how big you want this thing to be. I only use 2 rolling pins. Now for the top of the lamppost, I'm using 5x7 picture frames. You're going to need something for the bottom of the top of this, and for this I'm using a chalkboard piece. Now this is the reasoning behind it. You can get 5 picture frames and think that one is going to fit on the bottom perfectly. It isn't, and it's really hard to find one that would fit under the bottom of any of their picture frames. It's just not the right measurements. So I'm going to be using the chalkboard instead. So obviously you want to take your contents out of the picture frame. You don't really want to glue them all together with an image of a family you don't even know. Once you got your stuff out of it, you can go ahead and glue 4 picture frames together side by side. Once you have them glued together, you can then glue that to the chalkboard piece. It doesn't have to be a chalkboard piece. There are other things from Dollar Tree you can use, but this worked out for me. You can keep the lamppost at just this. I decided I want a point for it, so I take 2 picture frames and I slightly bend the edges around till it all breaks apart. Now I need 2 picture frames because each side of one picture frame, only 2 sides are similar in length, and so if I try to use all 4 sides on one picture frame, I'm going to have 2 really short pieces and then 2 really long pieces. I wanted them all to be the same length. Once I got the pieces that I want, I take a pair of pliers and I remove the little metal pieces that are in those sides. You really don't need a pair of pliers to do that. You can probably use your fingers. And then after I've got that out, I go ahead and now glue those pieces to the top of the frame, and I just create a point with them. So it's kind of like 2 triangle pieces that I glued together to create that point. After that, it's time to paint this thing. You can paint it whatever color you want. I'm going with just regular black, and I'm using regular black acrylic paint. I got it at Walmart. It cost me like, I think it was somewhere around 59 cents for this. Is by the brand Apple Barrel, and I just painted the entire thing including the frames. I just wanted it all to be one color. I didn't want the bottom to be a different color from the rest of it. Time for the fun part, decorating it. From Dollar Tree, I grabbed some of their garland and I wrapped it around the bottom part of the post, and then to make it kind of look like I have a light bulb inside of there, I just took a glass from Dollar Tree and put some fairy lights inside of it, and then it kind of looks like it's a little light bulb in there. I wanted to add some red tones to this, so I got some of these little floral picks from Dollar Tree and I just wrapped them around the top of the lamppost. I didn't even have to glue them on. I just kind of bent the little wire branch that's on there and then loop it through the top, and that's how I got it down. You don't even have to glue it on, like I said. And then I decided to add some holly berry to the bottom of this. I took little pieces off of a fake one from Dollar Tree and I glued them to the garland. You could decorate this however you like, but that is what I used to make the lamppost. And it's crazy, the main things you need for this are just some Dollar Tree picture frames and rolling pins you're going to find in the kitchen section. Now moving on to the next hack, I'm going to show you how you can take these Dollar Tree kid puzzles and turn them into some really cute outdoor decor. Obviously for this DIY from Dollar Tree, you want to pick up some of their wooden puzzles. Now I'm saying wooden puzzles because it's way better than using foam board from Dollar Tree, because this is actual wood and so it's much more sturdy. To attach each one together, I'm actually using tumbling tower pieces, which are also wood from Dollar Tree. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting glue on some of those tumbling tower pieces and then attaching them wherever two of those puzzles meet. And this makes it so much more sturdier, and it just makes sure that this thing isn't going to fall apart on you. You can always use foam board on the back of this, but I like the secureness of the tumbling tower pieces. It's not going to kind of slightly bend backwards on you over time because there's foam board on the back. It's up to you if you want to paint your board. I am painting mine with the apple barrel color and territorial beige. Once I have my board painted, I then start with the fun part, decorating it. That's what I always say. Anyways, what I'm using as my O for joy is this little wall art piece from Dollar Tree. And it's just a snowman. They have a bunch of different snowman heads you can get. I chose this one because it's the perfect length and width for this particular DIY. Now I decided to add a little bit greenery where the bow tie was, just to tie it in more so with the vibe I wanted for this. And this greenery I took off of an ornament from Dollar Tree. Now things get a little complicated here. I'm gluing pine cones to the edges of this, and the pine cones, I got them from Dollar General. They were $1 for 12, and I recommend going somewhere else to get the pine cones. Dollar Tree does carry pine cones, but they cost way more at Dollar Tree. Now last year, when I filmed one of these Dollar Tree Christmas hacks, I ended up cutting my finger on a piece of peppermint, and I showed you guys it in that video. Well, apparently I'm cursed when I do these type of videos, because when I was gluing down the pine cones, I don't know what happened, but I put down one of the pine cones and glue somehow dripped onto my hand, and the glue was boiling hot and I burned my hand. I have a scar from it. It's been about a week since I've done it, and there's a pretty decent scar that kind of looks like I have dirt on my hand. It hurt so bad. So yeah, I probably won't do another Christmas video hack next year unless this video got to some crazy amount of likes, because I think I'm cursed when it comes to this. Anyways, I've glued down my pine cones. Sometimes you have to hold the pine cones in place till your glue kind of dries, just because some of the pine cones aren't flat at the bottom, so when you try to place them down, they try to roll over on you. You can see that little bottle of paint in the background. I was actually using that to hold up pine cones in place while I glued other pine cones down. I put pine cones on the top left corner and the bottom right corner. You can do whatever you want, honestly. Now to create the joy lettering, I'm using some burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. I cut it up so that I can make a J and a Y, and once I got that all cut up, I go ahead and glue it down. Okay, then I started to get extra with this. Honestly, you don't have to do any of this. It's more so if you want to. I decided to add some greenery on top of the pine cones. Again, these are from the top of these ornaments from Dollar Tree. I decided to add some tumbling tower pieces around the edges of this, but I glued it on the back so you wouldn't see it on the front. So I just glued it around the edges so it created a border. Again, you don't have to do it. And then I decided I wanted to add a burlap bow to this and some greenery on the top right and bottom left. And then the final thing that I did was add a piece of foam board to the back to make this a bit more sturdy. And I do recommend doing that. Everything else, you know, that's optional, but I do recommend putting a piece of foam board on the back of this as well. It really helps with the sturdiness of this. And that's how you use Dollar Tree kids puzzles to create a beautiful piece of outdoor decor. It doesn't even have to be outdoor. It could be something you hang on the inside on your wall. Now I'm going to show you how to create a fireplace using foam board from Dollar Tree. Now this could be a good project for you to do with your children. They can use it as like a play piece. You can make it much more smaller if you want to, so it's something just small, miniature you put near your Christmas tree or on top of a shelf somewhere. It doesn't have to be this big. For this DIY, I'm using 3 pieces of white foam board and 1 piece of black foam board. Now I take my first piece and I cut out the front of it where it would be the hole where, you would put logs into a fireplace. Now I'm actually using a Dollar Tree gift bag as the shape for my little hole just because it worked out. I just like the shape of it, so I just traced the bag, and then I go ahead and I use a razor to cut that out. The razor is from Dollar Tree. It's one of their utility knives that you'll find near their tools. Oh yeah, and I recommend when cutting through the foam board, you have a ruler on hand. It'll help you get more of a straight edge. Now once I have that cut out, I'm going to start gluing on some of this brick poster paper. Now this poster paper you're going to find near the kids supplies, and they have different designs. There's even a wooden one you can do if you want to make it look like a wooden fireplace. Obviously, in real life, I don't know how the heck a wooden fireplace would work out. But this is fake, so you do you, boo. Now what I do is I just take that poster board and I cut it down so that it fits on top of this piece of foam board. Now I did have to use little objects to kind of keep it weighted down because it kept trying to roll inward. So you're obviously going to need something to keep it down because it's going to keep trying to roll up on you. Sorry if I sound funny. I still have stitches in my mouth. If you don't know why I have stitches in my mouth, I just had surgery, and yes, they're in my mouth, and I sound like I'm slurring my words, I swear. Anyways, I start gluing down the poster board. I used a mixture of hot glue and school glue. You want to use mainly school glue. Reason being is the hot glue, if you just try to use that, you're going to end up with weird lines on the bottom of the poster board that are going to show through, or you'll end up with bubbles and bunching on the paper. The regular school glue won't do that. Hot glue does do that because it's hot. Now, where the hot glue came in handy was when I was slowly gluing down the poster board around the edges of the foam board. It just helped keep it in place where, like I said, it just keeps trying to roll up on you, and it just helped with that. Once I had the front done, I go ahead and I cut out 2 pieces that are the exact same height and width out for the sides of my fireplace. You'll be able to cut out 2 sides from 1 piece of foam board if you make this the exact same size that I did, but for the top you're going to need a new piece of foam board because you need it to be longer on the top, whereas the sides, they're not as long. After I have the sides cut out, I then cut out a piece that's going to be for the top of the fireplace. Now it's time to glue everything together. The back of my fireplace, I'm using a piece of black foam board, and that's so that it looks dark in the inside. Now what I do is I glue the sides of the fireplace to that black piece of foam board. When I get one side attached, I go ahead and I make sure I put glue where the 2 pieces of foam board meet. I just make sure I put a heavy amount there because I don't really want this to just fall apart on me when I pick it up. When I have my sides attached, it is now time to glue on the front of the fireplace, and I glue it down the same way, attach the foam board, and then I make sure I put a heavy amount of glue within the inside where the front and the sides meet. Once the front is attached, you can then attach the top of the fireplace. This thing is more sturdy than I thought it was going to be. Don't get me wrong, it's not the sturdiest thing ever, but I was able to put a Christmas tree on the top of this that had rocks inside of it, and it didn't break on me. So, don't go putting a TV on top of this. You can't do anything like that, but you can put some lightweight stuff on the top of this to make it look a little cuter. The front and sides of this have that brick appearance. The back does not. And to the top of the fireplace, I decided to do a wooden appearance. So I got this vinyl top from Dollar Tree. It's like one of their quick liners. You'll find it near the cleaning supplies. And I go ahead, roll it out. It was actually the perfect length for this, except the width of it was a bit funny, so I had to cut it down. But I roll it out and I glue it to the top. And that's how I did the fireplace. I ended up gluing on some little stockings on the front, but honestly, you can do whatever you want. And then, if you want to make this look like It's lit up. You can put some fairy lights to the inside of it, or you can put some LED candles. Don't put any real candles inside of there unless you want your house to burn down. That's it for the fireplace. Now the final hack I have to share with you guys, I kind of shared with you guys last year. Basically, there are really nice gift bags at Dollar Tree, and if you like the image on them, you can go ahead, cut them up, and frame them, and you have a really inexpensive framed image. But I wanted to share this with you guys. It doesn't just stop at the bags or the very flat gift boxes. If there's a gift box that you like from Dollar Tree, even if it's an actual gift box, you can cut that baby down to be an image as well. I have this really cute truck box. I go ahead and I cut that thing down to fit the frame that I got from Dollar Tree, and I display it. And it only costs me $2. Lots of times it's really expensive to purchase framed pictures, or sometimes you see a gift bag or a gift box and you think, oh, that's such a cute picture. Why not buy it, cut it down, and put it in a frame? And it's a quick, easy way to do things like this, especially for the holidays where it's not going to be up all year round. It's easy, it's cheap. If you don't want to keep it, you can toss it after, and it's not like you're tossing something that costs you $30. But like I said, it doesn't just have to stop at the gift bags or the flat gift boxes that aren't even opened up yet. You can get an actual gift box and cut it down if you really like the image. So that is it for this year's Christmas hack DIY video using Dollar Tree products. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Honestly, I probably aim to like 20,000 likes if I'm going to do this again next year, because I'm cursed, obviously, when it comes to this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.